Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 3 in the NFL. I'm your humble host of this program, Speak on the Sports, and I am Victor Wynn. Big T will join us later, but check it out, guys. It's week 3, right? 10 teams are right now, 10 teams are undefeated, and 10 teams are winners. Right? You can crown a king, you can crush some dreams. It's fun. It's week 3 in the NFL, baby. And Speak on the Sports, where we speak loud and proud. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the Thursday night football game. The Miami Dolphins took on the Buffalo Bills at Buffalo. I don't know about you, but it seemed to me that the Buffalo Bills were just playing with their food, like a big lion playing with a small gazelle out there. They ended up getting the win. I don't think anybody thought that Miami had a chance, but Miami played up to par. Costly Tua interception at the end of the game, like 2 or 3 minutes left. It just seemed like that team was trying their hardest, but they just couldn't get over the hump, and the Buffalo Bills came out with the win. One thing I can tell you, the fact that you have a guy like James Cook. All right, James Cook is a running back for the Buffalo Bills. I mean, tell me how much of a linchpin this guy is right now for this team, how he offsets or he matches up well with Josh Allen. I mean, they play off of each other. It's a run, it's a pass. He catches the ball out of the backfield. I mean, I just love the way this kid plays. And Thursday night just showed it. He ran tremendously. Josh Allen, the passing game wasn't as great, but it was there enough. But you got to give Miami credit on a couple of things. Defensively, that team was there. It just seemed like they didn't have enough possessions. And the offense sputtered out. I did not see a pass by Tua completed more than 30 yards down the field. A lot of it was Tyreek Hill catching short passes and running in, getting first downs, a couple of busted coverages. But it just seems like Tua, in my opinion, this doesn't seem like the same Tua of last year. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because Tua is just Tua. Tua's not going to wow you with his arm. Tua's definitely not going to run the ball. He's a timing and rhythm guy. And when I looked at that timing and rhythm, once you set it off, you just disrupt this first read, you get interceptions like that. Big win. Allen, this is my vision. Allen throwing 3 touchdowns, and the Dolphins falling to 0-3. However, it was James Cook in that run game and that defense sealing the win. You had Miami winning. Yes, you're lost that. All right, so Thursday night game was very interesting. So let's go to the early window, Sunday's game today. We got the Falcons at the Panthers. Bijan Robinson versus Carolina's defense. They're still searching for a spark, in my opinion, with the Carolina offense. They got a lot of good pieces on defense, but it just hasn't come together. And with the young guy back there, Bryce Young as a quarterback, he showed a lot of promise, put it that way. The end of the season last year, and this year they're just 0-2, and they're taking on a Falcons team who's got a lot of rejuvenation right now. As Michael Penix takes over the helm at quarterback, and you got Bijan Robinson, Michael Pitts. You got a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. Now let's look at the defensive side of the ball. Can the Falcons stop Chuba Hubbard? Can he get results on this Falcons team? When I look at this Falcons team, I see a lot of youth. I see a lot of enthusiasm. And on the other side of the ball for the Carolina Panthers, I see the same thing, except the talent-wise, kind of fades off in my opinion. So it's going to be a match today between which young quarterback actually steps up to it. Is Bryce Young going to do it? Is Michael Penix Jr. going to do it? But expect to see a lot of Bijan Robinson. I mean, Bijan is a tremendous running back. You see his footwork. It's outstanding. And the wide receiving forward, Drake London, Pitts. I see them causing some problems today for the Carolina Panthers. So, what my vision? Falcons grind it out, and Bijan Robinson hits 100+ yards. That's not including some catches up the back. Bijan's got a big day, and I just don't think they'll be able to match him offensively. Now, will there be some times where Michael Penix, he is a rookie, is not going to make the right play? Sure, definitely. Bryce Young he's in his sophomore year. Let's see how he goes. I have the Falcons winning this game. Bijan Robinson is a big reason why. With this vision. 512-967-3496. Call into the program, be a part of it. You can find us on Facebook at Speak on the Sports and on X at Engineering for Life. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can watch these videos over and over and over and over again. And you can give us your 2 cents on how you thought your team or how we did as far as the show goes. So, all right, there's another game out there, the Packers versus the Browns. Now, if you look at this game, this is the defensive game. Offense let's start with the Browns. Defensively, Delta, you got Myles Garrett. You got some great cornerbacks, defensive tackles. But on the other side of the ball, the Packers still good too. You got Micah freaking Parsons right there. Okay. You got Gary on that team too as well, right? I mean, there's a lot of good safety help in the back end. You have former New York Giant out there making way. And this is going to be a defensive battle, in my opinion. Defensive battle. It's going to be who wins in the trenches right now, does the dirty work. The offensive line is extremely good on the Packers. They just look like they're playing with so much more confidence. And Jordan Love is just becoming more and more comfortable within the offense. As you can see, last week's game was flawless game. That defense played well. When they beat the Lions, it just seemed like they just could not be stopped. And if you look at Jordan Love, he's experienced. He's gotten older. There's no contract issue with him right now. And like I said, you got Michael Parsons. But don't let it fool you right now. I mean, you got Joe Flacco over there, the Cleveland Browns as a starting quarterback. And then you have, defensively Myles Garrett. I mean, have you seen Myles Garrett? If you haven't seen Myles Garrett, and this is, not, pause, but the man is built like a freaking tank, like an Abrams. The guy is all about the motor. He's all about, getting to the quarterback and helping his team. But the thing is, can somebody else on that team help him the way that defense for the Packers help each other? They definitely play a role in that, freeing everybody up. But the thing about it is, can Joe Flacco, can they get a running game going to open up the passing? They have players. Joe Flacco is a very smart quarterback. And the thing is, can they limit the amount of touches that the Packers get on offense? And how do you do that? You run the ball. Joe Ford has to run the ball. The quarterback, yes, get some time he throws him, but he has to run the ball. Green Bay is a very good run stop team, but however, you can't continue to give them easy possessions, more possessions, if you're not moving the ball. So they have to balance that out. And it should be a good defensive start. Both teams, like I said, have good defenses. However, I just have the Packers being an elite team right now. I look at them and I think that they have everything. Run game, they have pass game, they have a quarterback, they have a defense that is relentless. And they have coaching. I mean, the coach is a very good coach offensively. And these guys play good on the road. I mean, defense travels, we know that, right? So I got the Packers, and we're not going to forget about the Packers run game. I mean, that guy is a beast right now. So, all right, my vision for this game, Packers win in the trenches. Jacob punches 2 touchdowns in. Josh Jacobs is running back for the Green Bay Packers. I think it's going to be a whopper of a game, and I see Josh Jacobs just running amok on the Cleveland Browns. So, moving on to other games in that first window, the Texans at the Jaguars. All right, the Texans right now. This team is, how can I say it's I don't think they have an identity. Are they a running team? Is CJ Stroud the person that drives this team offensively? They got a big wide receiver. I love that wide receiver they have, Nico Collins. And on the other side, you got the Jaguars. Okay, Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the heir apparent. He's supposed to take over the league when he came in. We have not seen that with Trevor Lawrence right now. Trevor Etienne is he's a good running back. Defensively, they're okay. Something's missing with this team, and to me, it's Trevor Lawrence. He has to come through this year. He has to lead this team to a playoff. I mean, there's so much money involved in that. The team surrounded him with players. You got to get Brian in the game. You got to get that kid Brian Thomas in the game. Brian Thomas. I mean, the guy's just, he is it. You got to get him going. As far as the Texans go, the Texans have all of the weapons on offensive line. And defensively, the Texans got the scariest front, in my opinion, commiserate to the Eagles' defensive line, but I'm talking about overall defensive tackles, defensive ends, rush, pressure rate. I just see them as complete on that side of the ball. Offensively, has to start CJ Stroud. But hold on. A vision coming right now. And it says that the Houston Texans win this game. Not in the air, though. Not in the air. I think Nico Collins scores a touchdown. Or maybe two, but they're grounded. Nick Chubb is going to be running the ball pretty hard today, in my opinion. And that's going to come over the top. So that's my vision today. We have the Texans stealing it. They steal it from the Jaguars in this game. Nico Collins scores twice, but the run game, look at Nick Chubb, will be a big part. All right, 512-967-3496. We'll let you know when Big T comes in. We have a couple of guests that might show up today. I'll tease that, we'll see what happens. But we're going to be rolling on to the next game. The Bengals at the Vikings. Now, Burrow's out, Browning's in, McCarthy's out, Carson Wentz is in. Who is going to come through here? Now, is this going to be an offensive battle or defensive battle? It's kind of a toss-up because Browning knows a little bit more about the offense in Cincinnati. Can he make the throws that Burrow does? Absolutely not. Are they going to require him to do that today? Absolutely not. But can he do it in some instances? Yes, he can. Jake Browning is a feasible backup quarterback who knows the system. But can he get the ball to Jamar Chase? Can he get it to T. Higgins? It all boils down to me is how they surround the offense with Jake Browning, see where he can punch it in, take some plays on that Vikings defense. Now the Vikings have a backup quarterback, Carson Wentz, who I believe he played in his last time he played. I think he put the Rams. Carson Wentz is Carson Wentz. I mean, I don't think he's been that good since he got hurt in that Super Bowl run with the defense. However, he has the defense with him, and he has some offensive weapons. I don't know if Jordan Addison is playing today. I think he's still suspended for 3 games. So I don't think he's playing today. But you got Jettis. You got a good defense. You got Mason running the ball. It has to be committed. They have to help Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz has a history of not handling the ball in tough situations. So we'll see what that is. 512-967-3496. Call and be a part of the program. We want to hear what you got to say about your team. So with the Bengals and Vikings, my vision. Vikings pull it out. And I believe Mason scores a late touchdown. Carson Wentz doesn't have a big day throwing the ball. He makes some timely runs and puts his team in. I think the Vikings win at home against the Bengals. Without Joe Burrow, who is out, they say at a minimum of 3 months, at a minimum. But it looks like it's more on the other side. How will this team, over years of time, how over like the last 4 or 5 years, the Bengals always start out 2-0. They should be home. They should be home too. They always do that. Joe Burrow always does. But can the defense buck up today going up against this Vikings team? team, and I just don't think they'll do it. I just see that Carson Wentz timely runs, Jettis some couple of catches, speed options, and they pull out the win. That's my prediction. All right, Jets at the Bucks. Let me tell you something about the Jets. Jets also don't have a starting quarterback, but they do have a guy named Breece Hall, and Breece Hall is going to run the ball all day today. Justin Fields is out, I believe, with a concussion. And that defense for the Bucks, you just got to look at that defense. Todd Bowles has that team. That team embodies him. If you look at Todd Bowles, that dude's a tough defensive guy. He doesn't like penalties, and they're just physical. Teams are physical, but the Bucks are physical. They have a physical quarterback in Baker Mayfield. You got Mike Evans. You definitely got the running back, Bucky Irvin, coming out of the backfield. That guy runs tough. Seen him last week. They run hard. Man. They don't run through a brick wall for that guy. Todd Bowles is a good coach. Don't be surprised if he wins NFL Coach of the Year. Sports. But on the other side of the ball, the Jets got a great running game, great defense, great wide receivers. It's the quarterback. Can they get a quarterback in? First of all, stay healthy. We had Aaron Rodgers last year towards Achilles on the first play. This year, second game, we had Justin Fields suffer concussion. He's out. I don't even know who exactly is coming in for the Jets right now. Quarterback. Look that up. Jets backup quarterback. Because to me, that's very, very, it's very important to have a quarterback distribute the ball. Who's the Jets QB? Tyrod Taylor. Now I remember this. They do have a lot of faith in Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, the journeyman. He's not gonna wow you with his arm, but he's gonna make good decisions. And I think that's what Aaron Glenn is more proud of, to have him come in and just make good decisions. And I think Tyrod Taylor's make good decisions, but he's gonna have to make throws in this game. And I just don't see the Bucks giving that up to him. Pressure coming today. And I got the Bucks. Bucks are gonna survive this game, but it's gonna be won by Bucky Irvin and that run game and timely throws to Mike Evans by David. That is my vision. I want to hear your vision. 512-967. Okay, 512-967-3496. Call the program, be part of it. Moving on to the Raiders and the Commanders. Okay, first of all, the Raiders, Geno Smith, Max Crosby, all the guys on there, Ashton Genty as a running back. They got a Brock Bowers who still has a knee brace on. As you see last week, he didn't separate enough, in my opinion, but he was out there because he needed to. If Brock Bowers wasn't out there, they were just closed in on the run, zeroed in on the run game, and it would have been even worse. But they come back like everything else. You get another chance every week. So they're the Commanders who are without their starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels, who sprained the knee last week. And just for precaution, I mean, this is a game. Do you really need him in to go against the Raiders? I don't want to belittle the Raiders, but let's be real. Offensively, they did not look good last week. Geno Smith, he was okay. Ashton Genty needs to get going. I believe there was a report out that, the way they look at him, he's got to catch up with the speed of the game right now. Those holes you saw at Boise State, they're not there in the NFL. He has to figure that out. He has to be the one to make that happen. I think he will. I think he's a young guy, and I think he'll figure it out maybe week 6 or something like that. But today, I just don't see the Commanders, regardless if they have Jaden Daniels out. Marcus Mariota is a qualified backup, another Heisman Trophy winner. And he knows the offense very well. It's like his second year in the offense. He knows Cliff Kingsbury very well. And I just think they don't miss a beat. Don't look for all these passes and throws, but Marcus Mariota can still run the ball. He can still get those first down with his legs. But it's the pressure. If they can manifest pressure on Marcus Mariota today and basically lock down those receivers, which is a tall task. I mean, extremely tall task. Terry out there, Zach Ertz out there, the tight end, and they got the running game. I mean, they got the rookie, but it just seems that it's going to still be too much. And I got the Commanders winning this game. I got Marcus Mariota taking that team and driving them down the field and letting the run game take hold and rely on that defense. So Marcus Mariota, the Commanders win the game today without their starting quarterback, as they should be going against the Los Angeles Rams. All right, Colts and Titans. We need Danny Dimes fans out. I'm not gonna lie. I had his jersey when he was a Giant. I think that was in 2022 when everybody was up in awe about Daniel Jones. He's with the Colts now, and the Colts are a team right now who are playing extremely well under Daniel Jones and Shane Steichen. I think that the coach knows how to work with Daniel Jones and not put him in those situations. Unlike when he was in New York, and they had a lot of issues with regard to his play because they wanted him to do more. And Daniel Jones is just not that guy to do more. Shane Steichen right now, with Anthony Richards out and Daniel Jones at the helm, 2-0, look good. Everybody's excited about having Daniel Jones on the team. So the Colts at Titans, you're going up against a rookie in Cam Ward. That offense needs to get a little bit better. Offense needs to click more. I think Cam needs to get the ball out a little faster. And that comes with process in the NFL. And I think he'll do that. But do they need to have this happen like really fast, this turnaround for the Tennessee Titans? The number one pick. He's out there, he's playing well. He's not playing, he's not coming out there like Jaden Daniels did his first year, taking his team to the NFC Championship. But in Tennessee, they got a good quarterback, good wide receivers. Ridley needs to get involved. They definitely need to run the ball. They need to find some resemblance of a run game in Tennessee. All right? Alleviate some of the pressure off of your quarterback. Alleviate the pressure from your quarterback. I mean, run game, stop run game, and stop defense and some timely stops could help this team out a lot. However, it's not going to help them today. All right, I got the Colts. I got the Colts with the win. They stay hot. And Daniel Jones, I don't think he has a great day today, but I think Daniel Jones makes this team better because he's a good manager on the distance. And he believes, well, not just he believes, but Shane Steichen believes in Daniel Jones. I think once you start believing in your players, and players see that you believe in them, then they'll play. Starts to get a lot better. So I got the Colts today. And I don't think it's going to be that close, but I got the Colts winning, and Daniel Jones MVP season continues on. So that's my take on that game. And first of all, Daniel Jones is a good, right? It all depends on the system. Let's just talk about it up front. I know Giants fans, I was one of them who blamed a lot of stuff. Maybe he just didn't fit that system. Maybe the team fought something else. Daniel Jones turned out to be something. Maybe he went to the Colts and was doing very well. So, all right, moving on to the Sunday late windows. Before that, 512-967-3496. Join the program. We're going to see if we get one of Big T's truth bombs later on in the show. You're going to get my vision, okay? And we might have one little guest come on later to discuss the team they think. We'll talk about that. 512-967-3496. Moving on to the Sunday late window games. Eagles at the Rams. Now, let me tell you, I want to choose the Rams in this game because they have Stafford, they have Devontae Adams, they have Puka Nacua, they have a running game in Kyrie Williams, they have defense. I mean, they have everything. Something about this game. Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts running for timely first downs. Saquon Barkley, the tight end. I mean, you could look at this team and say this team should win every week, handily, no matter who they play. However, if you look at last week's game, wide receivers weren't. They weren't part of the win, but they did win. They did win against the Chiefs. This is a toss-up game to me. I want to see what you guys think about this game. But I look at this game and I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles in this game because I just think they're just more of a mature team right now in the NFL. They know how to win dirty. It's not all about pizzazz and winning convincingly. A W is a W in the column regardless. Nobody looks back and they say, hey, how did you win? No, what they do look at is, did you win? In the NFL is all about wins. It's not about college where you have to go up and get some playoff. It is win and loss, zeros and ones. That is it. This team continues to put up numbers, regardless if there's no passing, regardless if they're running. And the tush. Everybody knows the tush push, but it will be more scrutinized this week. The tush push. They're going to look at how many times they jumped off sides. Now I think they did jump off sides last week. But they're going to look at the emphasis by the referees today, hone in on the offensive line, and they're already set up off sides with regard to the tush push. So my vision, it doesn't need to be Nostradamus like what I'm thinking about the Eagles. They win the game. It's not going to be easy going up against Matthew Stafford and the Rams. But that team is hungry. That team wants to win. They got the right guy at quarterback and at head coach. So look today for that to be a really good matchup. But I got the Eagles winning this game. All right, Broncos at the Chargers. Youth versus youth / maturity. Broncos go Knicks. Reminds me of, hold on, New Orleans Saints fans. Don't go crazy when I say this. He has the body type of Drew Brees. And I think that's why, Sean Payton liked this. He can process information. Plus, he played in he played college games. He had 400 games he played in college. He's 17 years senior in college. But no, I'm joking. But the guy has played in a lot of games. And as you can see, the first year, he learned. If anybody knows about Sean Payton, his verbiage in his plays are extremely long and extremely difficult. And the kid processes it effortlessly. In the beginning, it wasn't that great, but he processes it. So, Bo Nix has command of this offense, the Broncos, but can the running game be? Is the defense going to help the offense? Right? Patrick Surtain back there locking down everybody. Can he lock down, Johnson today? Is Allen going to get open because, they got the number one on Johnson. Johnson's a speed guy. Right? Lad McConkey's going to be running around. Don't sleep on Lad McConkey. That kid, to me, he's like what Julian Edelman was for the Patriots. Tremendous slot guy, always open, runs the right route, in the right place at the right time, and his hands are good. The guy can catch the ball. And let's look at Justin Herbert. I mean, everybody thought he was supposed to be the next guy coming in. Had his first couple of years in the league were not good. But this kid has come along. This kid has come along. If you watch what he did to the Chiefs in the first game, it looked scary. It looked extremely scary to me, and I'm pleasantly surprised about that team. But you have Jim Harbaugh. That guy gets everything, all of his plays, all day long. All right, so you're gonna think, how does this game play out? Broncos at the Chargers. Tough to say, but I got the Chargers here. I got the Chargers. They're gonna roll today. I think Herbert's gonna do what he's gonna stay away from Surtain. So look at that. Look at the tight end. He did a lot of work today, and we got to look at him now. He now is going to get some work today. And I think the Chargers are going to put up some numbers today against the Broncos. We know that Broncos defense is opportunistic, very young, and very, very quick. However, I just think offensively they're not going to be able to stay up with the Chargers. And let's not sleep on the Chargers defense as well. Khalil Mack won't be there. I think he's out with a dislocated elbow. But I mean, that defense is still humming right now. Chargers over the Broncos. 512-967-3496. Be a part of the program. Join in. let's check out the next game. Cardinals at the 49ers. Okay, this is an interesting game because Mac Jones is starting the game for the 49ers and going up against the Cardinals. Kyler Murray, excuse me. Kyler Murray. It's all about that defense to me for the Cardinals. They're going to be away. They're going to play at the 49ers, who have a bevy of players out. Brock Purdy's not going to be Mac Jones is going to start. Offensively, Brandon Ayuk's not there. George Kittle's out. But they won last week. They put up some numbers. Mac Jones looked really good. He knows the offense. Mac Jones was a guy that Kyle Shanahan was thinking about drafting in the drafts. They have some familiarity there. In my opinion, Kyler Murray needs to calling in here. Hey, caller, welcome. What's your name? Where you from? Oh, Maryland. Who am I speaking with right now? Oh, Lisa. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? I know it's you. I want the folks out there to know who's on the phone right now. You calling into the show. So, Alicia from Maryland. What's on your mind, Alicia? About your team today, or any game that you feel like. No, 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 no. So Alicia is a Commanders fan. She loves her Commanders. Alicia, tell me what's going to happen today when Marcus Mariota is playing and Jaden Daniels is not. Okay, and you. Okay, so what about your run game? You got rid of Brian Robinson Jr. All right, so you got Ja'Cory Crosby Merritt. He's a rookie, and Jeremy McNichols, Chris Rodriguez, Austin Eckler's injured. How's the run game going to go? Or do you even need a run game going up against? So you don't. And Debo, yeah, Debo. You know what? Debo surprised me that he learned that offense pretty quick. And he actually surprised me. Look at you. Look at you. You right. Debo is a versatile player. Look at you. Okay, you're right. So defensively, you guys are still good. Defense. I love your defense. Um, your, your defense, yeah, y'all are making it happen, man. So you guys are at home today. So there's no problem today with the Commanders, huh? You don't think the Commanders are going to have any issues today against the Raiders at all? It's a walk in the park. What, no, well, let's go back to what happened the game before? What happened the game before with Terry McLaurin? He didn't get a lot of passes. He didn't get a lot of passes. You happy about your team? So what about the Raiders? You think they pose a problem? Max Crosby, he's the defensive end. Is he going to pose a problem today? Is the offensive line ready to make that happen? Yes. Okay. All right. So Alicia, I want to play a little game with you here. I want to play a little game with you. It's called fair or unfair. You ready for this? Is it fair to say that the Commanders are the team to beat in the NFC, or unfair? Ah, there you go. You got the chance. So is it fair? Okay, there you go. That makes sense. Okay. So with regard to unfair, is it unfair to put so much pressure on Jaden Daniels? He's only been his second year, or is it fair? All right, well said, well said. For the first time on the show, the fair unfair segment, and you aced it. You aced that. So I agree with everything you said. I believe that it's unfair to look at them as being the best in the NFC when you got the Eagles, and also I don't think it's unfair as far as you said with regard to him having that pressure on him. Like you said, when you step into the organization, there's enough pressure, and these guys are highly wired players, man. As a former, player of the game, you got to have some type of edge to you. You got to be thinking that you're the best at all times on the field. I totally agree. Awesome. Well put. Last thing I want to go over with you today is the entire team. Who has the best thing? Whether it's a head coach, quarterback, wide receiver core, defense, running back. Let's run the gambit with this. So we're going to start real quick. You ready? Who has the best? That's the segment. Who has the best? I'm going to name out something and you tell me, okay, we have the best, but they have the best. You ready? Yes, ma'am. All right. First, head coach. You have, you got the best coach? Okay. Why? Why? Okay. So you like Pete. You like Pete Carroll. Okay. All right. I like that honesty you got right there. Okay. All right. Quarterback. Geno Smith, Jaden Daniels. Hey, no lies detected there. All right. Defensive lines. No lies. Defense. Better defense. Ravens or Commanders. You think they're defense? You think they're even? Okay. Now, we call that a push. So that's a push, right? All right. Wide receiver core. Okay. I was waiting. You took them too long to answer that question. It should have been we. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I totally agree with you with that. So let's go to offensive line. Raiders or Commanders. All right. I have to agree with you on that as well. Okay. Last but not certainly least. Okay. Who has the best uniform? Oh, whoa. I disagree with you on that. The Raiders uniform versus the Commanders. I know you're a homer, but you don't. Okay, y'all got the best. All right, last thing. What's the ending score today? And tell me who is the big person that wins the game for the team? Mariota, and what's 35-31. Okay, you got them putting up 31 points against your defense. Okay. You know what, Alicia, I'm so glad you called. And I don't want you to be a stranger to the show. Make sure you lock that number in, 512-967-3496. It is the Speak on the Sports number. All right. So we can chit chat again. Follow us on Facebook at Speak on the Sports and X at NYG Men for Life. And you can subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Thank you. All right. All right, Alicia from Maryland. All right, she had a lot of good things to say about her team. All right, the Commanders. I don't blame her. I don't blame the Commanders. A really, really good, solid team. She was very honest with regard to her teams, her team, and we played our fair and unfair segment. And who's the best segment? Who has the best? I mean, very honest. Appreciate it, Alicia. Thank you for the call. All right. That's one call, 512-967-3496. Come and join and be part of the program. Talk about your team. Again, we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it rolling. Right now, we have the Patriots at the Steelers. Okay? Patriots at the Steelers. Steelers got whooped last week, in my opinion. They didn't look too good on offense and mainly on defense and running the ball. Steelers are built on defense. That team it goes as the defense goes. Okay. Aaron Rodgers is a good piece to that. He's an elder statesman, but he brings poise, and he's going to put you in the right place. He's not going to make the wrong call at the line of scrimmage. He's going to see it, and he's going to recognize it. He's going to put you in the best situation. However, the defense just doesn't seem like the Patriots' defense previously. To me, it just seems like that team is walking through their sleepwalk. But look at the Steelers, and I'm like, it's gotta be a chess match. It's gonna be a chess match. But it's Victor's vision. I have the Patriots coming out of this game with the win. I mean, Drake May, the run game is solid to me. Got the running back out of Ohio State. He's also on kick returns, punt returns, and he's going to be spelling, Ramondre Stevenson a lot. And Ramondre Stevenson, in his own right, is a very tough running back. And, he poses a lot of problems for a Steelers defense that's aging, in my opinion. Okay, the back end, you got some folks out there in the back end, but up front, that line is just not the same. And I got the Steelers going to go down today. It's in Greg May. He's going to be throwing that ball all over the place. And I believe that run game is going to solidify the Patriots. All right, Saints and Seahawks. Sam Darnold. Let's get it straight. Sam Darnold's good. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. And I know right now the Minnesota Vikings are kicking themselves for not keeping, especially since they have their number one draft pick, J.J. McCarthy, out with injury. And they can definitely use Sam Darnold. The guy won 14 games last year. And it just seems like it's all came down to money. But he's in Seattle. He's doing big things in Seattle. They beat the Steelers last week. Saints come to town. I just don't think this is going to be a matchup. You can run Alvin Kamara on you, boy. Spencer Rattler back there, Tyler Show. I don't care who's back there. It's not going to matter a hill of beans who is back in the center of that team. If they don't start putting some drives together, and scoring points. Scoring points is a premium. But you're going to that loud stadium, that home of the 12th man. I mean, it is crazy in Seattle. And we got a lot of running. We got Kenneth Walker the third. I believe Charbonnet is going to be out. He's hurt. But this one's about who controls the line of scrimmage. And I just think that Seattle is the team that controls the line of scrimmage. There's no vision needed for this, but I just think Sam Darnold's going to be out there dealing today. Seahawks get through. All right, moving on to Sunday night football. Chiefs at the New York Giants. Both teams are 0-2. I couldn't believe it from one team, the Giants, being 0-2. But the Kansas City Chiefs 0-2, lost to the Chargers week 1, lost to the Eagles week 2, Super Bowl rematch. Now they come in. Hollywood Brown's not going to be playing. Rasheed Rice is not going to be playing. No, I think Hollywood Brown is playing. Excuse me. Xavier Worthy's not going to be playing due to the injury to his shoulder suffered by his fracture side. He's going to be out. That's their deep threat. The Giants' defense today needs to buck up and get to Patrick Mahomes. You have to get to Patrick Mahomes to win this game. And you have to be able to run the ball. Chris Jones, Karlaftis, all those guys, they're going to try to stop the run. They're going to try to get to Russell Wilson. That offensive line, they get back Andrew Thomas today, our left tackle. I don't know if he's going to be 100% ready. They said he went through practice, all this stuff that kept him out of all these games. The injury he had has sidelined him for at least the last 10 games. This is going back to last year. It just seems like the offensive line, we'll see what Andrew Thomas brings. And it's going to show on the first play because they're going to test his speed. They're going to speed rush him. Karlaftis is going to come over there. They're going to put 2 people on that side. They're going to see how his footwork, is he football ready right now? The guys haven't played in a long time. But also, aluminum, all right? Raven JMS. I mean, you guys got to start playing. We'll see if Hudson's in here because he didn't get cut from all of his stuff before last week. Offensive line for the Giants has to come up. They have to give Russell Wilson time. And today, do not think that Brian Daboll is not going to have a package in for Jackson Gardner. Let's hope he can execute that package. Let's hope that offense can put up some points. They did against Dallas, but Dallas back-end defense is not good. And the Chiefs is not that great either, but their front is very good. With regard to the Chiefs, come on, man, you have Patrick Mahomes. Patrick freaking Mahomes is a quarterback. Anything goes. What the Giants can't allow him to do, this is what I want. This is what I want as a Giants fan, is for our defense to not overrun him. Our ends. You cannot rush up the field too much. You have to bottle Patrick Mahomes in because he sneaks out, he throws passes, and he gets sneaky first downs, which always continues drives. He's a drive continuing machine. He knows he'll do anything to get the first down. The Giants gonna have to be on their toes today. And our defensive coordinator, Shane Bowen, you have to do something. Okay? You can't sit back there and play zone when you got rookies out there. You got Deontay Banks out there. Okay? Cardell Flott coming along. Javon Hollins, one of our safeties. But then you got Adebo, who just keeps getting beat. All Adebo. I came from the Saints. Okay? Big offseason sign for the Giants. We definitely needed some help in the back end of the defense. But in my opinion, that back end of the defense must produce. Our linebackers must tackle in space because you got Pacheco and you got Hunt. And they're gonna roll that ball all day. They're gonna tire out our defense. I'd like to see our defensive ends and definitely Thibodeau tackle more in the run. Now, last time I came, I was on the show, and I believe, I talked about the defense. And I didn't give props to Brian Burns. Brian Burns, that guy has elevated his game, and he was already great. He's elevated his game. He's included in that stopping the run. I don't see that with Kayvon Thibodeau. He's still trying to rush the passer, and he doesn't have a lot of pass rush moves. I don't know if he's missing anything. However, and in that interior defensive line, Dexter Lawrence is going to get double teamed, which means it's going to leave somebody one-on-one. You have to beat your one-on-one. For the Giants win this game defensively, don't overrush. All right. The one-on-one matchups you have to win. Dexter Lawrence is not going to be the guy to do it all day because you're going to double him. Offensively, defensively, the back end, you're gonna have to cover. Because Patrick Mahomes is gonna run around forever. So you're gonna have to cover. Okay. Look for that. Those are the keys. And offense for the Giants, you have to be able to run the ball. Tyrone Tracy. Cam Scatterboo is getting a lot of looks today. He has a package in there today. Expect Scat to be a big part of the Giants' offense this week. And I'm happy to see that. As you saw last week, he was bowling people down, and he got an angry scepter. Love that kid. Love his enthusiasm. Love his drive, and love the way he plays. Just stay healthy. All right, Russell Wilson, let's not throw up any prayers. Okay? Let's not throw up prayers. We had a lot answered. Definitely got to get Malik Neighbors involved. And where is Slayton? Where's Slayton? Where is Slayton? All right, and Theo Johnson needs to come through today too. All right, enough of my rant on the Giants. Now we go to the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs, they have a lot of people out. Okay, Shea Rice, he has a 6-game suspension. Like I said, Xavier Worthy's out due to his shoulder. Travis Kelce's 50,000 years old. I'm exaggerating, but he is up there in age. Is this the game that they get back on track with them? Offensive line. Look for that offensive line today. If you saw the Kansas City Chiefs play, you know that 74 always has a false start. The Giants need to make him have false starts. Always has false starts, and he's susceptible to quick pass rush. But that offensive line needs to play well, and defensive line needs to make it tough for Russ today. Malik Neighbors is going to get his. But I'm telling you now, watch how Steve Spagnuolo plays defense. It's going to be a cover shell with a couple of blitzes involved because he's going to look for Russ. He's going to try to trick Russ, and that defense is probably going to get you. So, saying all that, my vision for today's game, and I don't say this just to say this, okay? I think the Chiefs pull this game out. The Giants are going to keep it close. But again, there's going to be something with this team that stops them from getting a victory. Let's look at their home record. Their home record last year was terrible. But I got the Chiefs winning this game. And even without Shea Rice, even without Xavier Worthy, this team finds a way to win. I think it's going to be tough running from Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco today, and timely passes and rush by Patrick Mahomes. And I think they're going to pull it out. I think they win by 3 points, 23-20 against the Giants at home. So that's it. Chiefs bounce back. They get a win. No longer wins. Mahomes going to have a pretty good game. All right, Monday Night Football. The Lions at the Ravens. Excuse me. Lions at the Ravens. We watched the Lions last week just roll. I mean, they put up a 50 burger. And the Ravens. This is the game, right? At the Ravens. Both teams have great offense. Okay? Let's look at the Lions. Okay? Excuse me. We have the quarterback. He knows what he's doing. We got the running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got the tight end, the Porta. I mean, shall I go on? You got Montgomery running too. I mean, you got James Williams running out there. I mean, they have everything. Plus, they got a coach that is hard-nosed. What can't they do? Let's see this year if they have consecutive wins. See if they can actually put some wins together here and go against a Ravens team that, to me, Ravens team is built tremendously. They do a great job. It all starts with Lamar Jackson. Then it starts with Derek. Then it starts with Kyle Hamilton and that defense. Can this back end of this defense put a game together and be physical, but also cover? The problem is they have a lot of issues with coverage and focus, especially with a good quarterback. You see what Josh Allen did to them in that that miraculous comeback against the Ravens. The back end of the defense of the Ravens needs to produce today. Lamar Jackson, he is Lamar Jackson. He is what he does. Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. He had a critical fumble last week, but I don't see that happening again. I think that they put a lot of things together. Tight end wise, I'd like to see Isaiah Likely show up. Get him out there. But Lamar Jackson. And what can you say? I mean, Lamar is going to shine in this game. Henry's going to score. And they have to keep the ball away from the Lions. Okay? Have to keep that offense on the side. And that's the only way you do that is run the ball and you get stopped from third down. Right? They have to make this game super boring for the Lions to win this game. And I think they do that. And I think the Ravens win a thriller. It's not going to be something that they're going to come in and just roll over the Lions. It's going to be a thriller game. I got it being like 31-30. And I believe they pull it out at the end. Right? The Ravens. So that is my vision for that game. But it is almost week 3 time. It was great being a part of this show. Appreciate Alicia for calling in. Loved her enthusiasm for her team, the Commanders. Answered some very fair and unfair questions, and she actually she did great. So Alicia, appreciate you calling in. Be a part of the program again. We have to catch Big T's Truth Bombs next week, and I look forward to hearing from you guys next week. I want you guys to enjoy the week. Remember, call in 512-967-3496. Lock it in. It's scrolling right on the bottom right there. Scrolling at Facebook and Speak on the Sports and NYG Men for Life on X. Love you guys being part of the program. And look, that's it. That's the slate of my visions this week. And as always, never speak soft. Always speak loud. Always speak tough. Always speak on. I love you guys. I can't wait next week's show. Like I said, be a part of the program anytime you want, right? All right. Again, thanks for our guest, Alicia. Appreciate you guys. And enjoy your football Sunday, man. I can't wait. I know.